Good morning. This is my man Dewey waiting for a drink. Um, since I'm in here with him, I figured I would talk to you about him and about something that I dealt with this morning and my bringing me to a question of how would you handle it. Dewey is new to another herd. He and Bentley have been separated. Bentley has gone on to be a babysitter for another baby, and Dewey's graduated to being able to be with the big boys. Literally, the big boys. No. I know that looks like fun, but no. And he's learning about the dynamics, like where to stand, where he stands when it's time to come in. And not only like where he stands as far as the rank, as far as the dominant scale, like where he stands in terms of, who he is in that group, but also where he stands physically. Because Logan owns the gate. And my biggest concern when I was making the decision to put him in there was, is he going to have enough social skills yet to understand when at the gate the rules are different? The horse that you've been hanging out with all night is going to show up in a much more aggressive way because, he owns the gate. It's different. And is he going to have enough social skills to recognize the body language that says, I'm schizophrenic. I'm multiple personality horse, and now you're my enemy because you want to be near the gate with me. You've been my best friend all night, but when it comes to owning the gate, you are my enemy. Is he going to know how to handle that? So that's been interesting to watch, how quickly he did understand that. He understood where he stood in that pecking order. He's not afraid of Teddy in any way, so he actually stands between Teddy and Logan. Logan comes first, of course, and then Dewey has managed to be the second man. And I also did it because Teddy doesn't mind being left. He got used to it as being second man. He got used to me coming back for him as opposed to needing to be in and having a horse left behind and him not being the only one in the paddock. He's used to it. So Dewey's never been asked to do that. So I figured if it's working out and Teddy's allowing it, I was going to go ahead and just bring Dewey in second, and it's worked out just fine. Now here's the actual question. Dewey's coming out of a different gate, so the process is different. And I mean, like, actually the mechanics of sending him out of the gate, turning around, fastening the gate, where he needs to be standing now compared to where he used to have to stand for the other gate, like what his physical position needs to be and what his patience levels needs to be, what time it takes me to fasten that gate with a different type of latch than it took to fasten the other gate, and that kind of thing. Like, he has to learn the new procedure, not just how to be with his buddies. This morning, he came out of the gate fine, went off to the side of the gate fine, and then when I turned around from latching the gate to now start to lead him in, he actually smacked me in the forehead with his nose. Now you can see I allow a lot of the personal space encroachments, and I allow that under this condition. But when it comes to kind of being in a mindful work mode, which would be coming in and out of the paddock, like you have a job to do this a certain way. When he has a job, he has to have a different respect and a different responsibility. I don't mind if I'm engaging with him that he's all in my personal space, because I'm engaging with him. And even if he engages with me first, I can make the decision to tell him that we're not going to be all crowding each other. So anyway, when I turned, he smacked me in the forehead, right? So my question is, when do you fix that? Do you make it like he doesn't know any better, it's all new routine, I'll give him, a little bit of time, I'll just go, no, that's not how we're going to do it, or do I just correct it with the urgency of good manners are so important that you don't get a whole lot of trial and error to figure out what's right and wrong or what your good manners should be in this case. When I'm leading you, you're not supposed to be in my personal space. He knows that. Like, that is a rule of my personal space. So do I tell him, you know, no, and give him a learning curve? Or do I say, you know the rules, and this right here, what you're doing right now, absolutely unacceptable? So I'm curious how you would handle that. Would you make it a urgent correction of absolutely not, unacceptable? You know, get out of my space, get off of me, whatever. Or do you give him like a learning curve? So I'm going to kind of pause this, and then maybe I'll even do my answer and let you guys kind of have your answer, and then I'll share my answer in the comments of how I handle that and why I handle it the way I handle it. Okay.